Love, family, peace, and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on where should you place your altar? Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. See, I'm getting a lot of messages from people in my consultations and emails and just messages in general about where should they place their altar. And I understand a lot of people still live with Big Mama. And if Big Mama has their TV up in the living room and you can't place your altar where Big Mama has it, by all means, place your altar somewhere else. But preferably, if you can, if you have the space, or if you choose to make the space, it's imperative that you place your altar on the east wall of your home. If you have more than one altar, as long as one altar is on the east wall of their home, you're good. You're good. But it's preferably to put your altar on the east wall of the wall because that's where the sun rises. And you want your altar to bask in the sun's light if you can. Now, there are some places where you shouldn't place your altar. The bathroom, of course. You don't want your altar around where you handle all your business. You don't want your altar around that. Your bedroom, there's a lot of love making, a lot of other things going on in the bedroom that you don't want the guys to see. So don't place your altar in the bedroom and in the bathroom. Secondly, in your living room, it's fine. Your sunroom, dining room, wherever there's peace, love, laughter, that's a great place to place your altar. Preferably, again, on the east wall. Now, let's say you live with Big Mama and she doesn't approve of having your altar up in the living room. I would suggest, me personally, you can get your travel altar. You can get you a shoebox, fill it up with things that you like. Your sage, your Palo Santo, pictures, small deities. Pull that out. Go outside in the sun and the nature. Pull it out and get it in. And get it in. The gods understand what you're going through. Definitely don't put your altar in the closet. You don't want to put your altar in the closet and close it up and hide your practices and things like that. That's not cool to do that. Now, if you have one of those big walk-in closets that's at least 5 feet or 10 feet, and it's a sacred room just for your altar, that's okay. That's okay. But if you got your clothes, your shoes, and all your other knickknacks in there, you don't want to throw your altar in there. Another thing you can do, you can erect your altar. You can erect an altar wherever you want on the east wall of the home. Take a picture of it. Take it down and use that picture as your altar. You can hang it up wherever you choose. You can keep it with you in the back of your car. You can go outside. Things like that. You want to be creative. You don't want to limit your spiritual growth by your earthly surroundings. Okay, family? I know this one brother I helped out. He lived in a home. His mother didn't approve of the altar. He had trees outside in the back. I told him to bury his altar by a tree. By a tree. And whenever he goes outside, if his mother doesn't approve of him doing his altar practices, he can go out there with a glass of water and an apple or some food, stand by the tree, and give the offering that way. That way his mother wouldn't suspect what he was doing. I don't want anyone getting kicked out for doing their practices. I'm not a fan of that. It's rough out here in these streets. I don't want anyone to struggle out there, okay, family? Another thing you can do, when you're at your altar, if you have some ancestors that you know need some extra light or love or care, you can give a piece of your offering up to them, your blessing unto them. That's one thing people don't know that they can do. They can cut their offerings or their blessings in half and give it to whomever they choose. You can give it to a deity, you can give it to a god, you can give it to people, you can give it to whomever, strangers, you can give it to whomever is in need. And the gods and the angels love that. They love when you sow humility like that. They love when you take it's like an offering. Instead of giving money, if you don't have money, you can give some of your light, some of your time, some well wishes, some blessings. Offer up gratitude to people. These are all the things you can do. One thing you may find different once you do erect your altar, your problems may start diminishing. Things will just start going your way. When you're being humble and taking care of your ancestors and things like that, they'll take care of you. More than likely, you're the only person in your family that's even thinking about erecting an altar. So you're the ambassador of your family. You're the ambassador of your family. Everything you need, you'll get. Not what you want, but the things you need, you'll have. It will just work out in your favor that way, family. So I want you all to erect an altar, put it on your east side of the home, of the wall of your home, and get to work. And get to work. An altar is nothing more than a physical representation of your spiritual growth. If you want to grow spiritually, erect your altar. If you want your problems to diminish and go away, get you an altar. If you want to manipulate the reality in which you live, use your altar as your cheat code. It's just as simple as that, family. So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. Get that altar on the east side of your wall and start winning. On that note, I'm going to end this prayer, this video with the prayer of the Anabacoa. And I want you guys to memorize this. I've done a video on it before. When I'm at my altar, the first thing I do is say the miracle prayer 3 times. I say the Nisa Vajaya Dharani once, I say the Body of Light mantra once, and I say 2 other altars that I won't mention here, 2 other mantras that I won't mention here yet. Those are some bangers. Once I memorize them, I'll mention them. But the Anabacoa again still goes like this. Start and end your spiritual practices with this. I don't care what it is. If you're drinking water, say this thing over your water. It'll help change the molecular structure of your water to help you out. Okay, family? Anabacoa, Gijala Yaminka, the Tiratizara, Kabel Renadam Chasak Venuta Nodora, Nagi Bordo Shay Kateka Kababat Shaman, Bacham Tacham Rakamel Zikateka, Tami Gaman Chasin Kadosh Barak Tufka the hell of the taker, Ikige Elam Chapanezo Krekadusha taker, Shavatanuka Bel Ushman Zagatanu Yudet Alamut, Perukshum Kabol Makuto, Lalum Laye. I want you guys to say that 3 times when you start your altar practices and say it once when you close your altar practices. Whenever you encapsulate your divine prayers around your prayers, it gives your prayers more oomph, more spiritual vigor, and it makes sure that your prayers reach its destination. A lot of people are praying wrong. A lot of people's prayers aren't getting answered. You know you prayed and didn't get what you needed. Start encapsulating it with divine prayers to make sure your prayers get to where it needs to go. So on that note, family, peace and love. Winning!